got more on the Shedeur Sanders break-in. They said, according to the break-in, this was of Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders, Medina County home. Mass suspects steal $200,000 worth of property. So that's what they're alleging right now. The Medina County Sheriff says approximately $200,000 worth of property was stolen from Shedeur Sanders' Granger Township home. Okay. Probably jury. The Medina County Sheriff says mass suspects made away with $200,000 worth of property during Sunday's break-in at the home of Shedeur. Officials say the incident happened around 6:46 p.m. during the Browns game against the Ravens, while Sanders was making his NFL debut. $200,000 in property. According to investigators, the surveillance cameras, so they do have the surveillance cameras here. So the surveillance cameras in Shedeur Sanders' home captured video of suspects as they entered and moved through the house. He can't stay there no more. He can't stay there no more. Attention, Shedeur, you can't stay there no more. Because throughout history, they come back. And they will come back while you're there. Do not stay there no more. Go to a high rise where they have security. According to investigators, surveillance cameras, Sanders' home captured a video of the suspects as they entered through the house. Deputies say the suspects were all wearing masks, gloves. They left the residence around 6:58 p.m. with property belonging to Sanders. Authorities estimate that approximately $200,000 worth of items were stolen. At this time, the incident remains under investigation. Sanders, we know, selected in the 5th round. Okay, that's cool. They're just talking about his. I don't care about the play right now. It says the burglary at Sanders' house marks the latest incident in a disturbing trend involving athletes and their personal property. Just last season, Kansas City Chiefs star Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, as well as Cincinnati Bengals Joe Burrow, were among those who had their homes broken into during games. Yeah, so what they're doing is they're breaking in during the game. So this has always been happening. I don't think this is by accident, though. I don't. I go back to when Allen Iverson got robbed. He got robbed during a game. Allen Iverson got robbed during a game, and it was somebody from the Sixers that did it. Go look. Go look. And I can't prove this, but Shedeur, you have to leave that house and you have to go to a high rise with security. Walking in your house is a no-no. If you're gonna leave your house during the games, have your boys there. And make sure, if you're gonna have your boys there, make sure one of them is registered firearm carrier. I'm telling you right now, these people will come back. They don't care if you Shedeur Sanders. You got some people out here that don't care. Okay, they're opportunists. This happens all the time. People in LA, their house get breaking into all the time. But it happened on the day when he got in the game. Hey, I can't prove it, but go research Allen Iverson and go research who was affiliated with the team during the time. Go research it. You got to pay for some type. Well, see, the thing is with these young athletes, they show too much. They show too much what's in their house. And as far as and then people know they have expensive stuff in their house anyway. All they need to know is where you live at. That's all they need to know. If they can get an idea on where you live at, yeah, they're going to try to hit you. And it's always like that. You said by him living in a regular neighborhood wasn't smart. What do you mean by regular neighborhood? What you mean when he was living in a regular neighborhood? I don't know anything about the neighborhood. You have to let me know. What kind of neighborhood is it? but he needs to live in the hills. I mean, not in the hills, but in a high rise. I remember they tied up a player one time, or tied up a player's family. Oh, it's an open neighborhood. Remember, what was the guy that played for the New York Knicks? They tied up his family. No, they did the same thing to Marcus Camby too back in the day. Yep, and then they did it to another player that played for the Knicks. Got to his family, and I remember the Brazilian footballer Robinho. They kidnapped his mother. So this has been going on. I'm not surprised by this, but Shedeur has to leave that house. That's the bottom line. If not, he needs somebody there with him that has firearms for sure, because they'll come back. They'll come back, and they want the jewels. That's what they wanted. And you might say to yourself, what are they going to do with the jewels? They're going to melt them down. That's what they're going to do. They're going to melt it down, and then sell it. And let me tell you something, guys. I don't know if I should tell you all this because these players don't know. I don't know if I should tell y'all because these players have no idea, but I'm gonna tell you. You know the jewelers that they buy from? Some of the jewelers that they buy from? If I was to go back and give them the stuff that was stolen, they'd just melt it down and act like they don't know nothing about it. It's been going on. It's been going on. Um, what I suggest is since he's not like a permanent resident of Cleveland, get a high rise where it has security. Oh, you know, huh? You know, but don't tell them. I'm glad somebody know. It's a known secret. It's a known thing. Let me tell you something. It's one way to be book smart. In this world, it's better to be street smart. You better be street smart. You better be street smart. Let me tell y'all something real quick. If I do a vlog and inside my house, and if I showed you my sneaker collection, I will get robbed. And I don't have any money. I don't have no money, but I have an extensive sneaker collection. My sneakers collection is so extensive, I had to get a storage space. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm trying to sell it because you gotta understand, I'm older. I've been collecting since I was in my 20s, and I'm an old man now. So imagine from 21 to how old I am now. Okay, I'm damn near a senior citizen. So how many sneakers you think I collected over the years? And it's you don't have to be rich. Let's say if you buy 10 pair a year from when I was 20 to late 40s. How many sneakers you think that is? And some of them have never been worn. And I start showing you. And I made a mistake when I was at the Diddy trial. I started showing some. I'm like, yeah, I got the sneaker today. I had to stop doing that. Somebody told me, my boy, like, yo, don't do that. I got more than that, Max. More than that. I have so many that it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing at this point. And I had to do something because guess what? Now, let me say something to you. Now, if I've been collecting since I was in my 20s till now, that's over 300 pair. Now, my question to you is how many got destroyed? Yeah, real sneakerheads know some of them had to have been destroyed by now because I didn't realize that you have to store them a certain way. I didn't realize it. So I had some in storage and I didn't even look at for like years. And then when I went to look at it, I was like, oh my God. Oh shit. Oh, I'm like this. Oh shit. So yeah, I had to learn. I had to store them a certain way. You have to store them a certain way, and you have to put something in them. Yes, Herbert, he knows. And the spray don't work. Some of them depend on the material. Spray doesn't work. It's hard to salvage. But I found somebody that said he could salvage some of them, and that was at least 20 pair that got damaged. And but now I'm trying to sell them. I know he gave so much to the community already, but then listen, let me just say this. And I don't like talking bad about people. Let me just say it like this. In every community, in every demographic, you have troublemakers. In every demographic, you can save the community. You can give the community cars. You can do whatever for the community. It's not them. It's going to be somebody in that community that's looking to rob you. I'm sure his dad has probably talked to him by now. You got to move. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he has. You can't live there. Mm-mm. Can't live there. So you're gonna have to get a high rise with security, and also his cars. He's gonna have to find a high rise where he can put his cars in the basement, not on the street. They gotta be in the basement. They got high rises out there. I saw them before I went live. I saw like he can live there. He can live there. Like for example, let's say if he went to the Jets, there's places in Edgewater he could stay, high rises in Edgewater that he could stay at. And also, there's places in Edgewater where nobody will look to even go in anyway. He could get a house there, or he can get a house. There's a few places out here he can get a house where nobody will bother him. But somebody know. Let me tell y'all something. Whoever it was, they knew nobody was going to be home. They knew that, and they were watching. They watching the ins and outs of that house. So, and everybody know back in the day, players used to get robbed in L.A. So this is not nothing new for players to get robbed, but we're talking about how he can prevent this from happening again, moving a high rise. And also when he go out, he got to be careful with his jewelry. If he do go out, he got to be careful with the jewelry because they'll rob him in broad daylight in front of everybody. People out here will like that. You said we can see they were they really? Okay. I didn't know they were YT. Were they YT? Jay, were they YT? That means it could be somebody in the neighborhood watching them for sure. Um, and like I just said it, from any demographic, you have troublemakers. Let me just be clear. Any demographic, you have troublemakers that's watching. They're looking to rob because somebody that tried to steal my rims off my car was YT. I'm gonna have to come back to the bus press conference on later. I'm talking about how these players could prevent getting robbed here because it happens so frequently. I remember NBA players used to get robbed in New York City and in Los Angeles. That more than likely they're not going to rob him for his cars. They want jewelry. They want jewelry and whatever else they can salvage. So that's why I say I recommend him going in a building in a high rise to where they have security where anybody can't just get in. Okay, that's what he needs. No, this ain't got nothing to do with that. This ain't got nothing to do with haters. You got stick up out here. Stick up will rob anybody. So we just trying to say how he can prevent the stick up. I don't know what his garage has in it, but what I'm trying to tell you is the stick up has been the stick up, and he can prevent it. So he can prevent the stick up. Next time, he'll know next time. Now that this happened, he'll know next time. He either gonna have to have somebody at the house watching the house while he's gone, or they gonna need a gun though. You just can't be at the house and you ain't got no firearm. Or he needs to get in a high rise. He need to get in a high rise. It's unfortunate, but players has always been targets. It's not just him, but they've always been targets. Patrick Ewing got I believe he had got robbed. Um Takashi just recently got robbed. They claim that one of the Island Boys had something to do with it. Okay. You saying he never should have showed his personal stuff, but see, they don't know. They ain't never they may not have ever. Let me just say this, guys. I know this stuff because I lived in an inner city neighborhood. They haven't. I know stick up people. You know what I'm saying? I know stick up people. Like, let me tell you something. I'd rather go out here and look like a bum. You know what I'm saying? They keep the stick up off me. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather look like nothing. Because that way, you'll be safe out here. You ever heard of the saying, you never know who's watching you? It's true. You said someone took Michael Jordan jersey. That's why he wore the number 12 in the game. You said he showed his jury not being in the safe. That's a no-no. I didn't see it. I didn't see the video of his house. I didn't see it. I just saw when he was laying out clothes. That's all I saw. I didn't see no jury of sort. I saw when he was picking out something to wear for the game. But moving forward, let me just say this. You know the rapper Nas? Have you ever seen the inside of his house? Yes or no? Nas. Have you ever seen the inside of Nas's house? The rapper Nas. Anybody? No, I'm asking, have you seen the inside of his house? You know his house is immaculate. You know it is, but you never seen it. He lives in the hills in California. Have you seen the inside of Jay-Z house? Now, don't get me wrong, that house he has in LA, that house is very famous. So yes, you have seen the inside of his house. But have you seen the inside of his house of him walking through it? No. But all the Basquiat paintings, no. Only a select few get to be inside of his house. See, that's how we move. That's how the old school people move. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never going to show you my sneaker collection. You're never going to see it. You're never going to see it. Because for what? Now, what happens if I show you, you're like, oh, there go that's where the storage is. You it's okay then. That now you can go do what you gotta do. All you gotta do is just wait for the opportune time for me to go to the storage, right? And rob me. So you gotta be careful on what you show. It's unfortunate though, but that's how it is. Ninjas are gonna be ninjas. And when I say ninjas are gonna be ninjas, ninjas could be any color. Like I said, a white ninja, tried to steal my rims off my car when I was in Virginia. And then looked at me funny and looked at me funny because when you try to take the rims, the alarm go off, and And then when I was sitting in the car, he gonna go by and look at me funny. So something told me to get out the car, right? Because he was like near my car when I was walking out. Then he quickly left, and something told me to look at my rims. My hubcap, my caps were missing. Some of them. And another thing is, guys, you don't tell nobody your business. Okay, you don't tell strangers what your business is like. Like, let's say if you got an extensive sneaker collection, you got an extensive ring collection, or a little bit of neck pieces, like that. You don't tell, right? You don't tell nobody. See, did you know that success is just for you to enjoy? It's not for you to share. When you acquire certain things, it's for you to just enjoy. That's it. Even the person that you think is cool with you is secretly ain't gonna like what you got. That's a whole fact. That's a whole Snapple fact 101. Even the close bit, they not gonna like what you got because they don't like that you're doing better than them. Okay. As long as you out there looking dusty, wearing the same hoodie like I be doing, ain't nobody you gonna go under the radar. Okay. I'm like, damn, he rocking the same hoodie and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, you know what I'm saying? Rocking the same hoodie. Well, I'd rather rock the same hoodie. You see what I'm saying? But I know how it is out here. I don't live in Edgewater. I live in the I don't know if you call this the trenches. Yeah, probably so. I think you might call it that. But there's levels to the trenches here in New Jersey. I mean, Newark, you got Newark and you have Irvington. Well, some of the stuff getting gentrified now. But you have what's the name of that damn city out in South Jersey? Not Trenton. Fuck, I can't think of it right now. Because I don't even want to be there. That's why. But as long you can go there as long as you dress like how I be dressing. You can go anywhere and you can stay under the radar anywhere. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. But it's the way it is, unfortunately. Um, you got regular people and then you got ninjas. And like I said, ninjas could be any color. You know what I'm saying? Ninjas could be any color. Yeah, them old school songs were preaching backstabbers, smiling in your face, backstabbers, right? They be smiling in your face. Yeah, that's true. And they want to take your place. Backstabbers, for real. Camden, thank you. Thank you. How you know I was thinking that? Yeah, Camden. Oh, hell no. Bro, Camden is somewhere. It used to be a thriving city back in the 1950s and 60s. And what happened with a lot of other inner cities, all of the factory jobs left, right? The factory jobs left and they had no more opportunity. And that's how you got the riots in the 1960s. And because it was like a pressure cooker waiting to go off back then. It was really bad. Camden is dangerous. It is. If I don't go through there. I haven't been through there in a long time. When I drive at night, I don't go through Newark. When I see that somebody going to Newark in a certain area, reject, reject, reject. I'm not doing it. Let one of the foreigners take it. Because if let one of the foreigners that don't know no better take it, I'm not taking it. I'm sorry. If you go into a certain area and I'm out there driving 3 o'clock in the morning, no thank you. No thank you. I'm not I'll hit reject. It ain't paying nothing anyway. Not nothing worth for me going anyway. Now, certain parts of Jersey City, everything is cool nowadays. But there's a certain part of Jersey City where you gotta watch your back. That's for sure. Get on out my car so I can keep going. Um, certain parts of Newark, I don't go to Newark, period. I don't. I don't go to Newark. Period. I go through. I go through there on the highway. Now there's certain areas that are gentrified, but some of those small streets are not. They haven't gentrified the whole area. They just recently had a shooting there 3 days ago where 10 people got shot or 5 people. I think it was a total of 5 people got shot, 2 died, and 3 wounded. Broad daylight. No, thank you. No, that was at night. It happened at night. But you know how when it's just getting dark outside, it happened around that time. And then there was another shooting not too long ago with that. But I think those shootings wasn't they weren't targeted. They were no, they were targeted shootings. They weren't random. But that one where 5 people got shot, that was a drive-by. You got to stay out of the way. You got to stay out of the way. Like this area is getting gentrified, but you still got to watch your back. And you will be surprised when a lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that. But yeah, you gotta watch your back. I mean, if you grew up in a neighborhood and you grew up in that environment, you automatically got your head on the swivel. I don't know if it's PTSD or that's just a learned thing. It's probably just a learned thing, but you just can't show off your stuff because everybody don't like you. You know, we often think, well, I do this and I did this in the hood, I did this, I give back to the hood. I bet you he probably gonna think twice but going back to the hood. It's a sad thing because he's a good guy. He's one of the players that actually care. Them other players are clowns. They don't care. They're just clowns. They're just happy to get a check, right? But he went back to the community and helped, and so you can't do that, man. You got some people in the cut like, yeah, I want to rob this ninja. I want to rob this ninja right here. You got some that's thinking that. We call them straight shiesty people. You know, now the young people, they call the mass the poo shiesties, right? They call them the poo shiesties, but they don't know where the word shiesty come from. We used to use that back in the day. Oh, that dude shiesty over there. You know, everybody got somebody in the neighborhood that's shiesty. You know, if you let him in your house, he'll rob you and help you look for it. That's a shiesty person. You know what I'm saying? He straight robbed you. You know, straight robbed you of your Nintendo cartridges, right? And then gonna help you look for it. Because everybody had a fiend back in the day in the neighborhood. If you ain't grew up around it, you know what I'm talking about. But everybody got a fiend back in the day in the neighborhood. You don't want him in your apartment because he'll mess around and rob you, and then be like, "Damn nephew, where is it?" Help you look for it. After he don't rob you, it's right in his back pocket. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had like an uncle or auntie on that shit. Okay, and then straight rob you. Okay, so it's just how it is. That's how it is. That stuff it mess everything up. But now these kids, everybody want to be shooters. Everybody want to be stick up people, robbers. You know what I'm saying? I wish he had somebody in his house to air them all out, but that didn't happen. I don't know if y'all saw this video recently. This dude was sleeping in the back of his truck. He's sleeping in his truck, and somebody tried to rob him in his truck, not knowing that he's a disabled veteran and been through combat so damn much. Man, he lit that man up like a Christmas tree. And you know what he did? After he lit him up, he put a US flag on him. He draped, guys, I kid you not, he draped me. Go look at the video. I want you to research, it's on TikTok or Instagram. Go to Instagram, research shooting US flag on the guy. He put the US flag on the guy. He has PTSD because he's done it in combat. He put the flag on the guy after he killed him, not knowing that that's the ops. And do you know what he said? Let me get my flag back. You don't deserve that. He was going through PTSD. And that robber didn't know that. As far as him, he getting busy again. He in combat again. He straight lit that dude up like a Christmas tree, guys. He lit him up like with a Christmas. He was not moving. Lit him up like a Christmas tree. And draped the US flag on him. Because that's what he's used to in the combat. Oh, we got, drape the flag over the body. My God. Then he came back to his senses and he took the flag off of him. 'Cause I'm like, why is he putting the flag on him? I said, oh, I get it. So something you just got to be careful out here. I don't have the mind of a stick up person, but I know a stick up person when I see one. Did you see that video? Did anybody see that video? Press one. It was on Instagram. He was sleeping in his truck, and the guy tried to rob him in his truck, and he lit the guy up. The guy laying dead next to his truck, and he put a U.S. flag on draped over him. But then he took it off. He took the thing off. He said, "You don't deserve this." Uh huh. Uh huh. He said, "You don't deserve this." Like, dude is his mind is gone. He robbed the wrong person. He robbed the wrong person because it's like it's a habit. Let me put the flag, drape the flag over him since he dead. But then he realized he didn't deserve it because he tried to rob him. Craziness. It's just something like I can spot them out there, but you just got to be careful out here, man. Anybody can get it, but I just hope that either he gonna have to get some security or he gonna move into a high rise, one or the other. And I'm sure the team might pull him aside and say something like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to move. You are quarterback now." You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to, they probably gonna advise him like, you got to move like this, and that. But the hate is real out here. It is. The hate is real. You got to stay prayed up. The hate is very real, man. You got to stay prayed up and looking over your shoulder. See what I'm saying? Um, you got to look over your shoulder. And I'm the type of person at night, because I got to get gas at night. But I realize out here we can't pump our own gas. New Jersey is like that. You can't pump your own gas out here. But in Virginia, you got to pump your own gas. So sometimes when I cruise through, I look around first before I go in the gas station at night to see what's in there. I do a double take and then I go in there, hurry up, pump my gas and keep going. But here they got a gas attendants where you pump your gas. But I still look around though. Only problem is, I don't want to talk about that because you can't do certain stuff out here. Virginia is different, if you know what I mean. With that amendment. I can't have that amendment on me, if you know what I mean. Shit, in Virginia, you carry it like it's ID. Carry it like it's ID. I don't know if cash was stolen. They're saying $200,000 in property was stolen. $200,000 worth of property. So I don't know. If I was him, I'd move, yo. Straight up. All right, y'all got that. I am not living in here no more. I'm gonna live in a high rise. Go find me a condo, beautiful views of the city. That's it. So that way, there's safeguards that everybody just can't walk up in your building. Like there's a high rise, like in the building I'm in now, you can't just walk in here. We got security. You said y'all really don't know Prime. He supplied the streets. Um, you said he'll get them hitters. No, this is a different situation. The stick up went in his house. We don't know who it is yet. We don't know who it is, but he know enough to tell him like you gonna have to leave. Go get a high rise somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, man. Players are targets. Joe Burrow got robbed. Patrick Mahomes got robbed. Allen Iverson got robbed during the game. He got robbed during the game. Okay. And one of the people in the organization did it. So you make that make sense to you. Okay. One of the people in the organization robbed him. And I'm not talking about a player, I'm talking about an official robbed him. No, the robbery happened after the game. No, he's not gonna mention the robbery in the presser. He's not gonna mention that. Yeah, he don't I would do the same thing if that was my son. If I had a way to get that stuff back and make them pay, I would pay a few dollars. I would pay a few dollars to clean somebody up. I would. But that ain't nothing we talk about online. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, material stuff ain't worth me sitting in the mountains for the rest of my life. You got to think about that. On jury, the protocol is you have insurance on the jury, correct? Yes or no? You ever heard of putting insurance on your jury? You ever heard of putting insurance on your jury? Okay. So it's an insurance claim for him. You ever thought about that? It's an insurance claim. Do 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 1-800 whatever his insurance company is. Well, I just got $200,000 worth of stuff. I have to claim. Okay. You put insurance on your jury. I'm not saying they took jury, but you put insurance on it. And also, rich people know that you don't wear your real Louis Vuitton out. You wear the fake shit. You know, the pocketbooks and stuff. Them rich people be down there on Canal Street because I see them. The next time I go to Canal Street, I'm gonna show you. And the lady told me I don't wear my real shit out in New York City. I wear the fake shit. So if somebody snatched my shit, they got the fake shit. Don't you know that? You said they got robbed in Jackson too. I heard about that. You talking about coach's office? Yeah, you insure your jury. You insure it. You insure the jury, right? You have insurance on that. So okay, cool. Somebody robbed him. It's unfortunate. He'll go move somewhere else. But then he got insurance on that. So that's once he get the police report and they go over how much stuff that they took, then he get that to the insurance company. I don't know if he gonna get the whole 200K back, but he'll get something back. He'll get his most of it back. You said they broke into Shiloh's truck. See, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy, man. That's why the rich people be hiding. You ever notice that? They be living up in the high rises in New York City. Why you think so? They don't want to be around us. They don't want to, not us. They don't want to be around the ninjas. There's a difference between regular folks and ninjas. Okay. And like I said again, ninjas could come in all shapes, sizes, and creeds. I told you a YT ninja tried to steal my rims. Okay. So you have to be mindful of the ninjas. You can't live around the ninjas either. If you really around the ninjas, you really got to keep your shit on the swivel. Okay. Um, and that's how it is. You got to stay away from the ninjas. You see what I'm saying? You got to stay away from them. That's just what it is. I know my phone is ringing off. Okay. All right. That lady, let me tell y'all something real quick. She's feeling a certain type of way. I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all a backstory real quick. Speaking of ninjas, the lady that just left, her homegirl died 2 days ago down the hall. And what happened was she called her and said, "Hey, can you call the ambulance? I don't feel good." So she called the ambulance, and the ambulance came right away and the police, but they were waiting for the super to open the building. the superintendent opened the building. It took him an hour to do it, and she died while they were waiting. Now, my question is, how come the cops didn't just bust down the door? So they might be liable. The cops might be liable, and building might be liable. She died right there waiting. Died. Everybody in the hallway. Crazy world, bro. Crazy world. And she's like all the pieces. She's all the pieces over it. She's all the pieces. You say your first wife wedding ring was fake. Did she know it was fake? You said living in the richest county in the world. What's the richest county in the world? What's the richest county? You can make content from your house, but you have to face it a certain way where nobody can see nothing. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, CC. You have to face it. You have to be a certain. And then, the guys, I'm not being paranoid because I know it sounds like I'm being paranoid. Oh, the richest country. I know it sounds like I'm being paranoid, right? I'm not being paranoid, right? The thing is, because somebody told me, bro, you can't tell people that always watch and do that. You being paranoid. Nobody lives like that. But the thing is, um, as long as he got the insurance, but I just want to have security. Either have security or just move into a high rise. That's what they get. You ever see the players? They're all in their high rise. You don't want to live like where people just walk up to your house. I'm sorry. I don't want no trick or treaters, nothing. You heard what Bushwick said last Halloween fell on the weekend. Me and the ghetto boys going to trick or treating. Then the stick up kids out there, so he'll be all right. But good. The most important thing is, who cares about the $200,000 that's missing? Now he can get that back, and he got insurance. That's what somebody told me. I'm being paranoid before I went live, bro. Don't preach that paranoia on people because you're paranoid. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I got PTSD. What do you want me to do? You want me to go see a shrink? Because I already saw one. Is that what you want? You want me to go see a shrink? And they're like, bro, we not getting that serious. We don't want you to see a shrink. But she said, you a little paranoid. I'm like, whatever, man. Um, maybe I am a little bit. I'm thinking about it, but he got insurance though. So it's not a big deal as far as him recouping the money because he got insurance. So I forgot about that. He had insurance. I'm sure he does. If he got Coach Prime guiding him, he got insurance. So he got insurance. That's insurance claim. They'll cut him a check because he don't seem to be upset. You can't. I don't see. I hate to be that way, man. People say you can't give people the benefit of the doubt, but there's some people that's listening right now, right here in this chat. Y'all got expensive shit in your house right now. I can tell somebody in here got some expensive shit in their house, and you got insurance on it. Y'all know I'm not lying. You got insurance on it. Okay. Whether it's homeowners insurance or renters insurance, you got insurance. So don't act like I'm the only one. You got insurance on your stuff. Y'all do. Okay. So he got insurance on it. It's homeowners insurance, man. Or renters insurance. And I remember one time I had to file a claim. And I had to file a claim because I was living in somebody's basement. If they had the whole basement, they turned the whole basement into an apartment. So that's where I was living at. And we had a huge storm and the damn street flooded and the whole basement flooded. I still got video of it too. A damn garter snake came in my room. It was a mess. So I had to file a claim. I had to file a claim. And mold and stuff. That stuff molded out. I never forget that. That stuff I had boxes in the closet of personal stuff in it. Now all that stuff got wet. I had to file a claim. I didn't get much money. I think it was like $1,200. But at least you get something back. You can't recoup everything, but at least you get something. Insurance sucks, man. They always give you a headache when you filing a claim. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it because they were trying to give me a headache over it. And then I had to go live in a hotel for a minute until he dried out the place. And then, you know, when it floods, you have to have somebody come cut the wall where the water was at. You got to cut that drywall out and then replace it. It's ridiculous. They took out, and he had rug in there too. Had to rip up the rug and everything. It was crazy. You say you wonder if he have a safe? He probably do, but he more than likely had insurance for sure. I don't even have to know him to know he had insurance. I bet you he did. But at least he's safe. You got to look at it like that. But yeah, they just reported it, guys. It was a ongoing investigation as of yesterday. I mean, as of Monday, and now they're coming back and saying that it was about $200,000. And it happened while he was playing the game, because they said it happened around 6:46 p.m. during the Browns game against the Ravens. So when he got home after the game, he saw it. It's craziness. Oh, and he's in Cincinnati. He more than likely have he got heat with him, more than likely. And I bet you he's a registered heat carrier. I bet you he is. I bet you he is. That you ain't gonna know. I bet he from Texas too. Yeah. See, in Texas, everybody got heat, even the kids. So he got heat, and he probably transferred it when he went to Ohio, because you can't do that. So I'm pretty sure he got heat. 'Cause he's a Texas boy. So y'all know how Texas get down. Bro, I remember when Gilgis Alexander crib got bought. Yo, they stole a lot of stuff. Yo, I think somebody he knew did that. You talking about Gilgis Alexander, right? Yeah, he got robbed for like more than 200,000. He got robbed for like a half a million worth of stuff. That was Shea Gilgis Alexander. And he's not even a flashy person. He's not. You remember when Gilgis Alexander got robbed, right? It was like over a half a million worth of stuff. I believe he had a safe. They took that. It's crazy, bro. And then all them rich people that he live around, nobody else got hit. The only person that got hit was Gilgis Alexander. There's only one. Well, I like, it's young people. They like to wear the jury. It's not, I mean, that's a young people thing. They like to, Allen Iverson started that. Who started that trend in sports? Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson started it. Let me think about that. Was it Allen Iverson that started wearing all the jewelry? Yeah, it was Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson started that, and Allen Iverson got robbed during a game. I'm talking about his locker got robbed during a game, and somebody in executive branch stole it from him. Ain't that some shit? It's craziness. Yeah, these players are These players are targets, because they're not regular people, especially, like they're just not. And people see them on, like that. It's just unfortunate we got stick up people out here. You said, did you see when Kevin Stefanski said he trusted 12? Now he had no other choice. He's the quarterback now. But now now all of a sudden Dumbo got to give him first team reps now. Dumbo should have been giving him first team reps. Now he got to scramble around and get ready for this game now to get him first team reps. Yeah, he got no other choice. He's the second string quarterback. So he has to be ready to go. Because Dylan is getting beat up, boy. He is. Yeah, I don't trust what he say either. But yeah, it's a shame that these players are targets, man, like they are. But I'm gonna come back, guys. At the end of the day, he more than likely Shedeur has insurance on his stuff, and his life is still intact. That's all that matters. He'll put more safeguards in place. I'm pretty sure he will. But shout out to Shedeur. He going through it in Cleveland, ain't he? Lord have mercy. But anyway, he's still with it, and he's still down with it. And we'll be back because I want to talk about Colorado, see what Prime talking about, and because they coming fresh off their bye week and they're going to it. So I'll be back in about an hour. All right, guys.